volume, variety and velocity of data created and shared by organisations today, commonly referred to as big data, is enormous and growing exponentially. For those charged with helping manage risk within the organisation, be it from fraud, bribery, corruption, employee misconduct, data breaches, litigation, commercial disputes, regulatory investigations, or simply to identify error and waste, they need a way to interrogate big data. Our Forensic Technology and Discovery Services team help organisations collect, preserve and mine this data to provide the necessary insight into these critical risks. We help drive decisions, actions and outcomes to manage these business problems and thus improve business performance. Better management of fraud, risk and compliance exposure is a critical business priority. Businesses are under increasing growing pressure to proactively identify and manage risk in an increasingly complex, regulated and technology-driven world. Let me give you some examples. Advancements in technology have led to significant growth in cybercrime that some studies put as a global cost of $110 billion a year. Companies are under increasing pressure from both regulators and the board of directors to demonstrate an effective anti-fraud, bribery and corruption compliance program, as well as investigate allegations of fraud and misconduct in a timely and thorough manner. The need for effective governance and financial control when dealing with third-party contractors, service providers, joint venture partners is paramount to prevent a tarnished reputation, corrupt behaviour, inappropriate activity, contract variations and cost leakages. To meet each of these challenges and other challenges, companies need a way to effectively look at millions of transactions from financial and ERP systems, as well as communications data like email, text, chat and instant messages. They need to bring these two together to identify meaningful trends, anomalies, patterns in order to properly assess business operations, in order to identify network breaches, to detect fraud and identify bribery and corruption. This is where EY's Forensic Technology and Discovery Services team can assist. Firstly, through the use of powerful, innovative forensic data analytic technologies, including data mining, clustering, predictive modelling and anomaly detection, best of breed. Secondly, the application of an extensive library of EY-developed proprietary tests and analytics developed over decades of high-profile, sophisticated investigations. And finally, through the experience of dedicated forensic professionals, including certified fraud examiners, statisticians, mathematicians, linguists, data analysts, computer science and cybercrime experts. We were able to help to synthesize huge volumes of data and present the results in interactive dashboards in near real time, thus providing you with immediate oversight to millions of pieces of data and insight into inappropriate activity. There are three key risks that I see. Firstly, the potential financial impact. A study of recent enforcement actions and settlements, particularly those relating to the anti-bribery, anti-corruption legislation under the United States Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, suggests the average closing price for a corporate FCPA resolution, including fines, sanctions and interest, was more than $80 million. Cyber attacks have been estimated to cost Australian firms alone almost $2 million each. Latest studies by the ACFE suggest that the median fraud lasts some 18 months and more than 20% of those cost more than $1 million. Can your organisation suffer these types of financial costs on an ongoing basis? Secondly, the loss of reputation. The identification of fraud or corruption within an organisation, the loss of sensitive data, the theft of intellectual property, subsequent regulatory investigations and fines, all have enormous impact on consumer confidence and can carry devastating effects on an organisation's reputation and hence stock price. But thirdly, and most importantly, the prospect of spending time behind bars for corporate misbehaviour right through to the board level. Nothing sharpens one's focus when jail time is a possibility.